Hello, welcome to Let's Talk. In our last video, we talked about flash fill. For this tutorial and video, we will be talking about autofill and autofill using custom lists. So how do we use autofill? Autofill fills out cells automatically based on the series of numbers or based on the list that is commonly used. So how do we do this? You just highlight a cell and go to the fill handle, and once it becomes a black cross or a crosshair, you just drag it down or drag it to the side, and then it will ask you to choose which autofill option will be used. So you can copy cells, you can fill format, you can fill without formatting, or you can even do flash fill. The options vary depending on the cells that you have highlighted. So let me show you how to do it. Okay, in this worksheet, I have here the following entries. I have 1, November 13, 2019, Wednesday or WED, November or NOV, and then the full spelling of November. Now, like what I've mentioned earlier, I just need to click on the cell and then go to the fill handle, and as soon as you see the cursor becomes a crosshair, just need to drag down the cell. So in this case, it copied the first cell. So what we can do is go to the autofill options and then click on fill series. It will convert the selected cells into a series from 1 to 13. So that's just how simple it is. So you just go to the next sample. We have here November 13. Now this one is different because it has a format. It's formatted to have yellow as its fill color. So what you need to do is drag it down, and then it will copy the format of the cell, and it also gave us a series in terms of dates. So when you can also do copy cells, it will all go to November 13 with yellow as its fill color, and then you can also choose fill formatting only. So what it did is it just copied the format of the first cell and it did not copy the content of the first cell. If you're going to follow or choose fill without formatting, it will follow the series but not copy the format of the first cell. Now there is also another option here that says fill days, but it just like the first one or the fill series, it copied the format and the dates. Now, what does it mean? What's the difference between fill days and then fill weekdays? Fill days contains the rest day. So Saturday, or not the rest day, but the weekend. So November 16 and 17 is Saturday and Sunday respectively. So it followed the series for the dates. But if I'm going to choose fill weekdays, it will skip 16 and 17 and will proceed to November 18, which is a Monday. So on the 22nd, which is a Friday, it will go to the 25th because we chose fill weekdays. So that's what will happen. That's the option to choose if you want to choose the weekdays only. Now for fill months, it will just give us a series in terms of months. So we have here November 13, 2019, December 13, 2019, and then it went on to January 13, 2020, and so on and so forth. Now another option is the fill years. So it will start on November 13, 2019, and then it will move to November 13, 2020, and then so on and so forth. Now another option there is for the flash fill, but in this case, flash fill will not be the right autofill to use because it did not follow any of the patterns that we have created. So let's just go back to the fill series. Now we can also do days. Now I'm just going to drag Wednesday or double click on the crosshair cursor, and it will automatically give us a series of days. So from Wednesday it went on to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then on Monday. Now for the options, we have here fill formatting only. So it will just copy the format of the first cell and not copy the contents. And then we also have fill without formatting. So it copied the contents, or it followed the series of the content and not the format. So that's why I showed, or that's why I highlighted one cell to show you that it did not copy the format of the first cell. Now we also have here field days. It will give the same result because it has Saturday and Sunday, but if you notice, the format of the first cell was followed. And then we also have fill weekdays, so it skipped Saturday and Sunday. So those are the options you have for days. So let's continue with the fill series. Now here for November, or the months, we also have the series. So it will follow from November, it went on to December, January, until it went back to November. As far as the autofill options are concerned, it will follow fill formatting, fill without formatting, and then fill months. If you notice here, if you're going to compare it with the with the second sample that we have, this one has more options. It has fill years, but when we did this to the November, or for the month, since it does not have a year as part of its entry, it will not offer fill years. Okay, so that's why I mentioned earlier that the series will follow, or the options will depend on the selected cells. So let's move on to the full spelling of November, and if you double click, it will give you the series again of the months. Now what I have here is a sample table, and I just want to show you how easy it is to create a table and not enter them manually. So let's just put here November 13, and I'll drag it to the right. So I have there November 13 to 17. I can also put here Wednesday, and then it will follow the series. And then what I want to put here now is the time. So let's say I want to put in 8 o'clock a.m. So I can also do I can also drag, and then it will give me an interval of 1 hour. But I can also dictate the interval when putting in time. So let's say I want to have an interval of 15 minutes. So I just need to put here 8:15 a.m., highlight the two cells, and then drag it until the end. So it will give me an interval of 15 minutes. So that's 8 o'clock, 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, 9 o'clock, and then so on and so forth. So that's how easy it is to create a table by just using autofill. Okay, now there might be questions like, what if I want to have my own customized list, and I want to use that? I frequently use it as a list. Is there a way for me to autofill? So there's a way. What I have here is the word north. Of course, if I want to drag it, I would want it to appear as north, south, east, west. But if I do that, it will just give me north, and it will not give me any option to fill a series. So what can I do to be able to create a custom list? So what I need to do is go to File, and then you go to Options, Advanced, and then look for the General portion here. In General, you have here Create List, or Enable Multi-Threaded Processing, and then under that you have here Create List for use in sorts and fill sequences. So you just click on the button, Edit Custom List, and you would be directed to this dialog box. So you can see here a list, the common list, which is Sunday to Saturday, and then Sunday to Saturday, January, and the months that we have. These are the default list, and we cannot delete it. But if you want to create a new list, all you need to do is go to New List, and then click on Add. So please take note that when you want to enter separate lists, you have to press enter for every entry. So in this case, let us put here north, enter, and then south, enter, east, enter, and then west. So as soon as you're done, just click on OK, and then OK again. Now here I have north, so when I dragged it earlier, I just copied the cell north. But if I'm going to drag it now, it will already give me the options north, south, east, west, or it will already give me the list north to west. So every time I would drag it, it will just keep on looping based on the list that I have created. So what if I have a long list and I don't want to add them anymore? So what you can do is, again, go to you go to options, and then you go to advanced, and then you go to the general portion, and then edit custom list. There you have the option to import. So you just click on import, and then click on the arrow, highlight the cells that you want to follow. Okay, let's do that again. And as soon as you've highlighted the needed cells, you just click on the button again, and then click on import. So there it will already follow the list that you have created. So again, always remember to separate list entries. So before you import, and then you press on OK, and then you click on OK again. So if I want to put in Caloocan City, and drag it down, I will already have this list. Okay, let me just drag until Muntinlupa. Okay, so I already have a list of cities, and I can already do this, or I can already autofill my cells because I've already created a custom list. So we can also do this by row. So if I want to start in Pateros, and then drag it to the right, okay, so there it will just follow again the series that we have created, or the list that we have created. We have here Pateros, Makati, Pasay, Las Piñas, Parañaque, and then Muntinlupa City. So another, or the last one that I'm going to make is the different departments we have, or the common departments that we have in a company. So you have here marketing, operations, finance, sales, HR department, and an admin. Now another way for us to be able to create a custom list and avoid going to that long, well, I already consider that as long method of going to the file, options, and then advanced, is I can already go to the list, click on it, you go to data, and then sort, and then you go to custom list. There you will be directed to the same dialog box that we used earlier. So in the new list, you just click on add, and then put in the list that you want to enter. So I have here marketing department, operations department, I have here okay, finance, and then we have sales department, HR department, admin, and then IT department. Okay, now you can see the difference of putting in the list by or creating custom list through the data, let's say the data ribbon, and then the sort option. So you just click on OK, and then you will already have the list. So if I put here, let's say sales department, all I need to do is drag, and then it will already give me uh, the list or the series that I have created. Okay, so since I was able to show earlier that you can also access it through the data ribbon and then the sort button, let me just go here and then show you what else or how else I can use the custom list. Let's say I have here east, west, and north, south. Because I have created a list, it will follow how it was presented. So if there is an order, you have to follow that order. So in this case, if I'm going to highlight the entries that I have here, and I click on sort, and then sort it by the custom list that we have here, let's say north, south, east, west, you can see here that the following entries would be sorted with the way we entered it in our custom list. So as soon as we click on OK, it will now be sorted according to the way we entered it. So if you're going to enter certain lists in like the list of municipalities in Metro Manila, if you want to do it alphabetically, then make sure when you import it, it's alphabetically arranged. But in this case, I have sort of grouped it according to the areas from north to south. So there you go. I hope I was able to help you in creating a custom list and be able to use it in Autofill. So if you have any questions, please feel free to write us, send us a message. You can reach us in Facebook, in Instagram, and then in Twitter. You can also go to our YouTube channel. Its shortcut, the shortcut URL there is tinyurl.com/let's talk. So again, thank you very much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share this video so that you can also help others in using Excel. So thank you guys. See you again soon.